We're living in this incredible time where technology makes everything so convenient, so easy. But have you ever noticed that at the same time, a lot of us feel this growing need for something tech can't quite give us? That's real human connection. So, in this explainer, we're going to dig into that exact paradox, the clash between our super automated world and, well, our very analog hearts. So, let's start with the dream, right? The big promise. This is that really appealing vision of a life that's perfectly automated. A world where technology doesn't just do what we ask, it actually knows what we need before we do. And the whole foundation for the stream, it's what we call the Internet of Things. Just picture it. Your lights, your thermostat, your coffee maker, even your front door, all of them speaking the same language, all working together to create this one seamless, smart environment that's built completely around you. And look, this isn't some far-off sci-fi future. We're talking about making everyday life better right now. Imagine your alarm clock going off, and that's the signal for your blinds to open and your coffee to start brewing. It's all about getting rid of those little annoyances, one by one, until life feels almost effortless. And this convenience, it's relentless. Our digital assistants are always on, always listening, always ready to go. It's this constant availability that promises a life with no waiting, a world where what we want happens instantly. Now, if you look at these things one by one, tapping a light, scheduling a call, they seem kind of small, right? But when you start layering them all together, they completely change how we live in our own space. We're not just manually flipping switches anymore. We become more like conductors, just orchestrating this whole symphony of convenience. And this automation is getting so much bigger, it's taking a huge leap beyond just simple physical tasks and jumping right into creativity and communication. I mean, AI can now break down language barriers in real time, or even become a partner in making art and music. It's pretty wild. But as we get closer and closer to this peak of convenience, where machines are handling almost everything, a really important question starts to pop up. In a world that's been perfected by algorithms, what's actually left for us to do? And that's the catch, isn't it? This is the hidden cost. For every little task we hand over to a machine, we risk losing something that's fundamentally human. The efficiency we're gaining might come at the price of those small, meaningful moments that really make up a life. So, in the empty space left behind by all this perfect automation, a totally new kind of need starts to grow. It's this emotional hunger for the very things, the imperfections, the friction, that technology was built to get rid of in the first place. It's not the big, grand gestures we start to miss. It's the subtle, inefficient, deeply human stuff. A shared look across a crowded room, a moment of just getting each other without saying a word. You can't schedule or optimize those things. They are the real currency of connection. Now, this whole search for connection gets even trickier when you throw our digital lives into the mix, because we're not just connecting with people anymore, we're also managing the versions of ourselves that we show them. I think this quote just nails that feeling of having a split identity. The glass is our phone screen, our computer monitor. It's a barrier that connects us, but also separates us, turning us into an audience for our own carefully curated lives. And this really breaks down that internal tug of war. On one side, you have the persona we build for the world. It's polished, it's perfect, it's designed to get likes. But on the other side, outside the frame, that's our real self, the one that often feels a little lost somewhere between all the pixels. So technology seems to be creating this distance, right? But what if it could also offer a really radical solution? This brings us to a pretty fascinating, out there idea about how we could create totally new ways of being present with each other. The concept is called avatar telepathy, and it's basically suggesting a kind of connection that goes way beyond a video call or a text. It's about a deeper, more intuitive feeling of someone's presence, a sense of being together that doesn't depend on being in the same physical place. This quote right here, it gets straight to the heart of what that would feel like. It's about getting to a state of connection so deep that physical things like distance and walls just melt away. The priority is feeling someone is there, not just seeing them. But here's the interesting part. The way to get to this kind of connection isn't about better tech or faster internet. It's about shifting our own focus. It suggests that by closing our eyes to the outside physical world, we can actually open ourselves up to a whole different kind of perception, where our inner world, our thoughts, our feelings become the way we communicate. And that's the destination, a shared mental and emotional space. It's a really powerful way to think about a connection that's silent, deep, and totally removed from all the noise and performance of our two lives in glass. All right, so let's just quickly pull all this together. We started with the exciting dream of a perfectly easy life, but then we found the emotional hole it can leave behind. We saw how our online identities make it tough to be authentic. And then we looked at a pretty radical idea for how tech itself might help us connect on a much, much deeper level. So at the end of the day, it all comes down to this one big question. As we build these amazing tools that link us together in more and more intimate ways, from our smart homes to maybe even a shared consciousness, the real challenge never changes. How do we make sure that in our race for technological connection, we don't accidentally lose touch with what it really means to be human?